Hello, ma'am. Good evening. The four biomolecules are the lessons in biochemistry where I learned a lot and have added my stock knowledge regarding biomolecules. So, first, I learned that there are four biomolecules. These are carbohydrates, proteins, lipids, and nucleic acids. And all of them played huge part in all living things. Carbohydrates are a vital part in healthy diet. They provide energy required to do work. Carbohydrates are the most abundant biomolecules on Earth and they are classified into three subtypes: monosaccharides, disaccharides, and polysaccharides. Monosaccharides are simple sugars made up of 3 to 7 carbons and they can exist as a linear chain or as ring-shaped molecules. And also, examples of monosaccharides we have glucose, galactose, and fructose. Moreover, disaccharides form when two monosaccharides undergo a dehydration reaction and they are held together by a covalent bond. Example of disaccharides is sucrose. While polysaccharide is a long chain of monosaccharides linked by glycosidic bonds. And example of polysaccharides we have starch, glycogen, cellulose, and chitin. Also, carbohydrates are important because they provide energy to the body, serve as an immediate source of energy, and part in human nutrition. So, the second biomolecules are proteins. I also learned that proteins are made up of smaller units called amino acids and one of the most abundant organic molecules in living systems and have the most diverse range of functions of all biomolecules. I also learned that proteins are essential for the structure, functions, and regulation of the body tissues and organs. Moreover, I also learned that amino acid is the building block of proteins and there are 21 common amino acids. These are histidine, isoleucine, leucine, lysine, methionine, phenylalanine, threonine, tryptophan, valine, and alanine, arginine, asparagine, aspartic acid, cysteine, glutamic acid, glutamine, tyrosine, glycine, proline, and serine. So those are the 21 common amino acids. And I also learned that there are structures of proteins, namely primary structure, secondary structure, tertiary structure, and quaternary structure. Primary structure is the unique sequence of amino acids in each polypeptide chain that makes up the proteins called polypeptide. And I also learned that secondary structure is the structure arise from interactions between neighboring or nearby amino acids. Then tertiary structure is the overall folding of the polypeptide chains. And the quaternary structure is where proteins contain multiple subunits. I also learned that proteins are very important. It catalyzes chemical reactions, transport materials across the cell, receiving and sending chemical signals, respond to stimuli, and provide structural support. Furthermore, the third biomolecule is the lipid. Lipids are organic molecules with long hydrocarbon chains that are soluble in non-polar organic solvent. And they are divided into three classes: triglycerides, phospholipids, and steroids. Examples of lipids we have fats, oils, waxes, certain vitamins, and hormones. Also, the building block of lipids is fatty acid. And the last biomolecules are nucleic acids. I also learned that nucleic acids are molecules that allow organisms to transfer genetic information from one generation to the next. Nucleic acids include DNA or deoxyribonucleic acid and RNA or ribonucleic acid. Nucleic acids include DNA, And also there are four nitrogenous bases. They are adenine, guanine, cytosine, and thymine. Nucleotide is the building block of nucleic acid. Moreover, nucleic acid is a very important macromolecule in living organisms because it stores and passes genetic information. Lastly, one of the example of phenomena where these four macromolecules interact to each other for the survival of life is the molecular transport. All of the macromolecules interact, allowing them to proceed in ambient condition. Also, the variety they use for the interaction is the non-covalent interactions. So that's all, ma'am. Once again, good evening.